Hi, I'm Jackie.
Hi, I'm Steph, and we're here to teach you a little bit about caffeine.
Does caffeine really make you shrink? Let's start by learning about the history of caffeine.
The term caffeine stems from the German word café and the French word café, which both translate to coffee.
Caffeine's chemical name is 1,3,7. Caffeine's chemical name is 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine, and its chemical formula is C8H10N4O2. Caffeine is both a natural and synthetic stimulant that can be derived from over 60 different types of plants. It's also used in the foods we eat and the medications we take.
Caffeine is one of the most common stimulants in the entire world. It was originated in Arabia and Northwest Africa via the coffee trees. Eventually, coffee became very common in Europe in the 17th century. By the 20th century, caffeine has become incorporated in many different products such as tea, cacao pods, cacao, chocolate, energy drinks, and of course, coffee.
In order to create caffeine, it needs to be extracted from different sources. In the 1800s, caffeine was originally extracted from cacao beans by Friedrich Ferdinand Runge, who was a German scientist at the time. Now, caffeine can be extracted from even just water.
It's important to understand the history of caffeine as it is so prevalent in our world and in the foods and drinks we consume. It is also important to understand this myth because it relates to your overall health and the side effects that caffeine can have on your body.
So now that we've established the history of caffeine, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Does caffeine really make you shrink?
The answer is no. Oftentimes, people think that coffee can make you shrink, but it actually does not. The caffeine in coffee fires up the nervous system, which can increase your alertness and becomes an energy booster. Caffeine is actually correlated to anxiety and dizziness.
Your height basically depends on your genes, or DNA, but that's another subject that we can get into at a later date. Although caffeine does not directly make you shrink, it can reduce the amount of calcium we have in our bodies, and a low amount of calcium can lead to osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis is a disease that can thin and make your bones very fragile from a lack of calcium or vitamin D that can ultimately make you shorter. Although caffeine does not directly cause osteoporosis or make you shorter, it has the ability to lessen the amount of calcium we have in our bodies and increases the risk of getting osteoporosis.
In conclusion, no, caffeine does not make you shrink. However, caffeine can cause anxiety, dizziness, or headaches. If you're consuming more than 2 caffeinated beverages a day, try to cut back as you could increase your risk of lowering your calcium levels, which could eventually lead to osteoporosis, which could actually make you shorter.
So, what do you think? How much coffee do you drink a day? Or do you think you should cut back? Overall, do you think it's healthy to consume so much caffeine?